Scorpios, welcome back to my channel. Let's go ahead and jump straight into it. It's going to be for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placement, so just keep that in mind. And if you are into maybe getting a personal, or if you're into daily horoscopes, check out my website. If you join my email list, you guys will get a chance to get all my daily horoscopes that I'm going to be sending out to all my people, and also exclusive sales and all of that updates. So check that out. And then also, if you want to join my Patreon for extended readings, my Instagram for like random pick-a cards, literally all mystical crystal tarot content, check out my Linktree link. It will be below. And let's jump into the reading itself. So first card I have, or not first card, bottom of the deck, we do have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So I think in the month of November for my Scorpios, you're definitely assessing what's working for you and what's not. If you're at a job where you feel very drained, or you feel like they are taking advantage of your performance and your dedication for the company, you're definitely going to be wondering if it's time for you to take a step back. Maybe you guys are going to be quitting a job and looking at maybe entrepreneurship. Okay, if you're already an entrepreneur, you're looking at what's not working for your business, what could be helping or hindering. Okay, if you're also trying to get your health in order, there's definitely a look at where you can maybe cut back on certain foods, or where you guys may have certain unhealthy regimens that you do need to address. Okay, I also get the sense you could have certain coworkers that are just kind of irritating to the max with this Eight of Pentacles energy in reverse. Okay, also you may feel like your efforts are not being appreciated. Maybe you try around the house, maybe you live with someone else and you try around the house, and your person, they just seem to not appreciate your efforts, or your, showing up and taking care of certain responsibilities. Maybe in your relationship, you try to do this, you try to do that, and then your person is just very unappreciative of it at times, and you could be wondering, like, where exactly are things going left? Now, going into the actual spread itself, so let me tell you guys what cards we have here. We have the Hangman, Ten of Swords, Four of Pentacles, the Fool card, Five of Cups, King of Wands, Knight of Swords, and the Seven of Cups. Okay. Okay, so first card being the personal theme. We have the Hangman, representative of that. So I think that November is going to, and then this is also going to be your month as well, Scorpios. Happy birthday to my Scorpios out there as well. This is going to be a time frame in which you guys are going to see where your mindset needs to completely shift, and maybe it's time for you to adopt some new ways of handling things. Like the Hangman here this month, you could be realizing that maybe your mindset has been the root of you like missing out on maybe starting that business a lot sooner, or maybe you have that business started but maybe you haven't been as consistent. Or even in love, this is you realizing that maybe you're dating people who just kind of have you stuck in one position and don't have really any desire to maybe evolve or take things serious. Okay, maybe you guys need to expand your mindset in terms of what's possible love-wise. Maybe you've been through relationships that have caused you to have trauma and make you think that you're limited in some sense. So these are the things that you guys are having to address this month. Now, when it comes to career and finances, I have the Ten of Swords in reverse. So yeah, mentally, you guys are definitely done with some sort of job, with some sort of career path. You may feel like you just don't feel connected to it anymore. You could also feel like it's just at this point overwhelming to the max. So you may be deciding that you're going to gradually transition out of some sort of job. Okay, especially if this job entails a lot of like personal complaints and attacks and just a hostile environment. You just don't want to deal with it anymore. You could be seeing how some sort of job is really affecting your mental health. For a lot of you too, if you have like this defeatist mindset in terms of your like career path and feeling like maybe you weren't on the right path, or you should have started this a lot sooner or did that, this is the energy of you coming out of that and more so trying to be more proactive. So this month you could find yourself picking yourself up, dusting yourself off, and maybe restarting that creative project or that business. Now, when it comes to love, I have the Four of Pentacles in reverse. So you could be letting go of someone here. There could have been some sort of codependent relationship that you guys finally let go of. Okay. You could also be releasing this like shackle of, how do I say this? You could be finally letting this guard down. Like you may have had a very high wall up, this very defensive way of handling things in the romance area. And then you finally get to a point to being like, you know what? I'm going to open myself up. I'm not going to be so closed off to what could be possible for you. For a lot of you too, even if you're not in a relationship, there could be somebody who you were just kind of holding on to, waiting for them to maybe reach out or for them to act right or for things to just suddenly change in that situation. You could be finally coming to a place of just kind of releasing the need to just have that space open for that person to come back. You could be realizing that it's just not worth holding on to. Now, possible challenge with the Fool card in reverse. This could be you guys not taking risks. Okay, this could be also your fear of being foolish. So that's why you could be like holding yourself back. Maybe you have this fear of like taking that leap of faith and then being disappointed in doing so as well. So this could be a big challenge. Hesitation. This is also being overly sensitive. So be careful during this time frame that you're not just being on the edge, literally, to where anything said to you like takes you there. This also just putting too many restrictions over yourself. Like maybe you're being too serious this month and need to just have fun. Also, just being careful of doing anything reckless too during this month. Like any reckless, risky actions, especially like with money. And I'm talking about like gambling or anything that's just like out of the norm. You want to just be careful of, okay? Also, somebody could be very controlling. I do have the energy of maybe an Aries, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, possible water sign. Somebody here could be a little bit controlling. Now, possible advice for you with the Five of Cups. There's definitely a need for you to not focus on the things you can't change about what has happened already. Just focus on what you can control in the now. You also want to make sure that you're not putting too much of a focus on what you haven't done, what didn't pan out, what one way, how things could have turned out differently, like the what ifs instead of the what can be. This is also just getting too lost in like, again, disappointment or hurt or even like old conversations. This is like replaying old conversations in a way in your head and just letting it kind of get the best of you as well. And also this is making sure that you're like implementing a level of forgiveness as well. Some of you guys really do need to forgive and let go. And I'm not saying in the sense of forgive and let somebody back into your life, but forgive for the sake of your own mental health. Now, what you may not be seeing this month, I do have the King of Wands. So there could be a fire sign who's thinking about you. There also may be a need for you guys to tap into your sense of confidence. And also being just self-aware of what you possess. I also feel like Spirit is putting you in certain situations this month to push you into a level of confidence as well. Especially in a creative sense. Yeah, a lot of you, what you're not aware of, if you really did get a tackle over your level of being able to show up and be consistent and take consistent actions in your entrepreneurial endeavors, you could be really successful. Now, what to avoid this month? I have the Knight of Swords. So this is acting off of impulse. This is just doing things without really looking at all the details. So this is just moving and moving and moving. And although you are taking action, you just want to be careful of just moving too quick to where you're ignoring certain details or important pieces of information, especially if this has anything to do with a business. Okay. Also, this is moving too quick. Like if you're dating somebody and then you're like moving too quick with maybe jumping into a relationship or trying to move in or whatnot, you want to be careful just moving too quickly. Now, outcome, I have the Seven of Cups. So you could be having, hold on. You could be having certain issues. Let me move this here. You could be having certain issues with mixed emotions. Like there could be somebody in your life that you're very confused about. And this could be throwing you for a loop because emotionally you could be having moments where you want to be with them, other moments where you feel like you need to stay away from them, and you just could have a lot going on emotionally. Okay, also for a lot of you, you could just be starting to see the world as your oyster, starting to open yourself up to maybe new opportunities, and seeing that you have a lot of options where you may have felt limited at one point. You could be realizing that you have a lot of option career wise, you have a lot of option romantically, so you could be slightly overwhelmed by that, to be honest, because then it becomes the question of like, what direction should I kind of go in and what is going to be my next point of action. But nonetheless, you could be more so in the space of realizing that you do have a lot more option or opportunity. Okay. And speaking of that, which is interesting, let's actually segue into them. I pulled two personal theme cards, and we have Key, which represents opportunity, and we also have Evil Eye, which is protection. So overall energy, I think that this month is going to show you how you guys have so much opportunity literally right there that is in grasp if you just take control of your situation and be in awareness of who you are and your situation. Also with Evil Eye showing up here, I think that your spirit guides, your spiritual team is definitely protecting you. You could have certain people who are preying on your downfall though, low key. You could have certain people who are mad that you're doing you and that you're focused, and they could be upset about that. I also have, for advice, we have Angel of Balance and All Tied Up. So there's definitely this energy of you guys needing to prioritize maybe a balance in your life. Maybe you work too much and you don't have like a personal life. You need to create more of a balance there, or vice versa. Same thing in terms of relationships. Maybe you focus a lot on your relationship with someone else instead of really putting a lot of effort into self. So maybe needing more of a balance there. But I think any area in your life during this month that is imbalanced, it will stick out like a sore thumb, and it will be something that you have to address. And then also with All Tied Up, there's definitely a need for you to shift out of this Eight of Swords mindset of feeling limited and stuck. And I think that this month is going to do that for you. Now let's pull some romance angel cards to see what else is going on. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. What's the energy around their love life? So if you're in a relationship, we have honeymoon. So it could be two things. Either your relationship is on a high and things are really, really good between you and your person this month, and you guys are like on cloud nine, or you're with someone and it just feels like there's a level of distance between you two. Like literal distance, like you and this person may live far away from each other, so it could be hard for you to see each other as often. Or this is like your person acting distant. They're not as communicative, or they're not communicating as much. They could be like off in their own world, or you guys could just be separate handling business. Okay. If you're single, We have chemistry. So there could be somebody who you're really feeling, that you're really attracted to. There could be some sort of sexual tension between you and someone else. You could also be crushing on somebody, or somebody could be crushing on you, but you could be heating up or really taking interest to someone. Okay. And for some of you, you could just be wanting somebody to have fun with. Let's just be honest during this month. And some of you guys could be dealing with somebody just on a sexual nature, in a more sexual nature. And then when it comes to it's complicated, if you're in a complicated situation, we have playfulness. So there could be this energy of trying to recapture a level of like fun and joy and happiness between you two, especially if this is like an ex or somebody you have like a very strange relationship with. Some of you guys could be also wondering if things are ever going to get serious between you and someone else. And that could be like a running question that keeps popping up in your head, or keeps popping up in conversation, literally. But Scorpios, this is some of the stuff that I see for November. I hope that this was helpful. If it was, definitely thumbs up the video and subscribe so you never miss a beat. And I will see each and every one of you in the next one. Bye.